Hello YouTube, 607 Strange here, and it's the 24th of September 2011. And we're just looking here on an article I came across in the Weekly Times Now with the title GM Canola Growing Wild in Western Australia. And this is a rather disturbing article. For those who don't know about Monsanto, Monsanto is one of the largest biological companies in the world. And also they are the ones that created Agent Orange during the Vietnam War, which today there's still an ongoing problem over there as regards to children being born with disformities. By just going to this article, I'll read a couple of the sentences, and I will put the links to the bottom of this video so you can have a look further. Genetically modified plants have been found growing on the edge of major roads and esplanades in Western Australia, the Conservation Council says. 4 teams of volunteers have collected 119 stray canola plants from the area, about 730 kilometres south of Perth. Testing revealed 2 of the 190 plants which were genetically modified. Scientists and research leaders, Dr. Nick Dunlop, said the study, although small, proved road transport of GM crops could spread the plants over vast areas, posing a risk to organic, non-GM farmers who rely on the purity of their crops for market certification. And this is why I say this is a great concern. There's another article which I will show you shortly, but if we go back down the bottom of this page, I'm talking about Steve Marsh, who earlier this year has been stripped of his organic certification after genetically modified seeds were found in his crop. It has been found since then that the seeds were actually blown by the wind from his neighbouring property. And like I said, his organic certification has been taken away and is now going to court. And they believe it's going to be one of the biggest landmark court hearings Australia has ever seen. The other concern about this is, like I said, trucks are moving these genetically modified seeds, and obviously are blowing by the wind. These seeds are being blown onto the sides of roads. My main concern is these seeds could spread into other farmers' property. And what we could see here is more numerous court procedures pending from Monsanto. Just on the bottom here, I'll just read this out to you regarding Steve Marsh. Steve Marsh was stripped of his organic certification after rogue seeds allegedly blew over his property. It has embroiled into a legal battle with neighbour Michael Baxter in what is predicted to be a multi-million-dollar landmark lawsuit. The Department of Agriculture, the Minister, Mr. Terry Redman, was not able to answer any of the questions prior to the release of this article. I have found Minister Terry Redman's email. I urge everybody, and I mean everybody, to write to Terry Redman regarding your concerns on genetically modified crops. This is not just happening in Western Australia, this is happening also in parts of New South Wales and Queensland. And if this does continue, I can see that we are going to lose a lot of farmers, are going to be wiped off their land. And then we'll get to a point where we have no choice but to buy GM modified foods, and that's another thing that concerns me. Just going over to this other side, which I quickly will show you regarding Steve Marsh, and again I will put the link regarding this article on the bottom of the video. One of the biggest legal battles in Australia GM history is brewing in Western Australia following the organic farmer Steve Marsh's loss of his organic certification of GM contamination. For the first time in Australia, an organic farmer has lost their organic status because of contamination by GM canola conjonup farmer Steve Marsh, confirming in January that his oat wheat crops have been downgraded to conventional crops because 70% of his property has been contaminated with Monsanto's Roundup Ready canola. And you also got to remember that Monsanto has released seeds which are resistant to aluminum. And if you understand about stratospheric geoengineering, more commonly known as the chemtrails, aluminium is a substance that you don't find in the soil. And you've got to ask the question is why all of a sudden is Monsanto producing in their labs GM seeds resistant to aluminum. We're talking about canola, but we're also talking about wheat and other products. You also got to take into account Monsanto is a billion-dollar company. Like I said, they're one of the biggest biological companies in the world. And again, I have to stress I've got great concerns regarding the farmers of this country. So, you know, I don't know what your views are, but please put them up there. And if you can help, get this out there and start writing emails to the Agriculture Minister in Western Australia and let him know your views on this. The most interesting part about this as well is that you will not see main media covering this, and you won't hear about this on the radio or let alone on the news. So we need to get this out. We need to spread it far and wide. So again, thanks everybody. Thanks for all those new subscribers to my site. The last 2 weeks I have been away studying. I am back now, so once again, thank you everybody. And to everybody also, continue the great work that you're doing. I always say we are many, but at the end we are one. And that's what makes us so powerful. Thanks again everybody. Peace to you. Take care. Speak soon.